Hey guys, and welcome to the fourth battle report in this series. So far we've had 3 games, 2 where the Skaven have attacked the Dwarf territories, and 1 where the Dwarves have attacked the Skaven territories. And so far the Skaven have won all 3 games. So we're going to see how the Dwarfs do in the 4th game. The Dwarfs are attacking the Skavens. The Skavens. That doesn't even make sense, does it? So, sorry about that. They're attacking the Skaven. Yeah, what we'll do is I've taken some videos and some pictures this time around, so we're going to go straight into the army lists and then get on with the battle. Cheers.
So, we've got 1,480 points. We're using the Verminous Claw Pack, which is unit of 20 clan rats, unit of 10 clan rats, and unit of 10 clan rats. No command on those.
Yep.
We've got the Warlord and the 3 weapon teams: Warp Fire Thrower, Poison Wind Mortar, and Rattling Gun.
Okay.
In addition to that, we've got our general, the Arch Warlock.
Yeah.
He has... I've literally just said this.
You have.
Yeah,
Dark Avenger, wasn't it?
Dark Avenger is his command trait, and the Chaos Talisman as his artifact.
Cool.
We've then got a Packmaster who's got the Crown of Conquest. Other than that, just whip and sword. He's the bravest rat. We've got a unit of Storm Vermin. They're
He
also
is the bravest rat.
He really is. He's a unit of Storm Vermin who are also part of the Verminous Claw Pack. And then 2 Rat Ogres as well to finish off the army, and that's
Okay.
480.
So what did your what do those talismans do? I can't remember.
The Chaos Talisman on him gives him a 6+ save versus mortal wounds, but 5+ regular wounds and mortal wounds. 5+ though against order models.
Yeah.
So he's got a 3+5+ basically versus your army.
Nice.
And allows him to use Inspiring Presence. He can use his command ability through the Verminous Claw Pack to bubble onto the Storm Vermin and the Clan Rats, and he can use Inspired Presence as the general as well.
Okay. And what was he had? Is that the one you were just talking about? The other talisman.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then we've got the beautiful Storm Vermin.
Very pleased with this Storm Vermin.
Yeah, they're all. I can't believe you got fully painted out of me. So annoying.
It's taken a fair number of years.
Okay, and then for the dwarfs, again I've got 1,480 points. We both agreed that we'll just go with 2 battle lines, because I can't currently make 3 battle lines at the minute, so
Cheat.
yeah, not cheating, you agreed. So I've got Warden King, Rune Lord, and Unforged, and I've got Askren on Thorn at the back. The Dragon Lord, he's a Dragon Lord, not a Drakeseer this time. We've got the Organ Gun, and we've got a cannon, 10 iron breakers, 2 units of 10 warriors, ones with great weapons and 1 with hand weapons, and then the thunderers, and I have modelled shields on their back so they can shield wall now as well. Warden King has got tenacious, so he's got +1 wound, and the Unforged has got the Quicksilver potion so that he can go first in any turn.
Don't like that combo.
It's good, I like it.
It is really good.
Other than that, I don't have any buffs, I don't have a lot of synergies like Liam does, so this will be interesting.
Hey, you've got cannons, organ guns, and a dragon.
You've got an A-bomb.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about a dragon than I would be an A-bomb.
Well, we'll see. If I don't, as long as I don't make a stupid mistake like charging the dragon in front of the Storm Vermin this
So
time.
he gets 3 roll saves though, and he's got a better save than the Dragonseeker, hasn't he?
Yes, he's got 4+ save instead of 5+.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder to bring down, I reckon.
Cool. Right. So we'll go into deployment.
Okay guys, so that was the videos. Hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, so this time I'm on the attack, attacking the Skaven territories, and Liam chose to use the escalation battle plan. So that essentially means we did use the updated things from the FAQs on the General's Handbook. So the battle line are, I think, 9 inches away from enemy territory. Other units for 18 inches, that includes characters, and then behemoths and artillery are a good 36 inches away from enemy territory, which is quite some distance. It kind of limited our my positioning, certainly with Thorn there, so he couldn't really go any further forward than those rocks. But I didn't want him to move any further forward than that because I needed him to be flexible, and I didn't want Liam to kind of pre-guess where I was going to go with Thorn. So I kind of deployed a few units in the backfield there, waiting for Liam to put down his one-drop Verminous Claw Pack. So I knew where he was gonna go. So I saw this go down. I thought, oh, he's more going towards the middle and the top objective there. So I started going towards the bottom objective by putting the Thunderous down on the left, and I think I'll follow it with some warriors down in that southern hill. So my intention was just to claim that bottom and the middle objective. So we knew there was going to be a massive fight in the middle, but the two end objectives were probably pretty much in each other's hands. So it was going to be all about the middle objective and who could basically hold that first and hold it for the longest. So Liam got the first turn because obviously he managed to get all his units down first, and he chose to move his Fleabags, the large unit of 20 and the smaller 10 rat unit of Fleabags, up to the fences around the ruins. Now we didn't actually pre-measure these fences away from the ruins, but it turned out they were just outside 6 inches of the middle objective. So in effect it didn't matter too much to Liam in this turn because you couldn't claim any points in the first turn, but essentially it meant he wasn't in range of claiming that objective on the second turn. He would have to move towards it, but he wanted to have the bonus of the save from those fences, so he kept his clan rats close to the fence so he could benefit from the save. He did move the top Fleabags over to that other objective. They were in 6 inches, so he would claim that. And then he followed up by using the Iron Fangs and Scar just to shore up those clan rats in the centre. And then he kind of threatened with Mouse a little bit. I wasn't certain what he was going to do with him, but I didn't want the dragon to go up against him, so I kind of was a bit worried by Mouse, and there was a bit of a cat and mouse game going on there. So yeah, so there you can see on the left flank that Liam then decided to move down his Verminstein's Rat Ogres and the Bravest Rats to kind of threaten that southern objective. So I knew I had to do something because I didn't think the 10 warriors down there could hold out against those units. So in the shooting phase, I think the Poison Wind Mortar missed again for Liam. He's not been having much success with that recently, but he he started to get a bit disenchanted with it, I think. So at the end of the first turn, he didn't kill any Duodin, so yeah, then it went into my turn. So I kind of buffed up the Ironbreakers here, so I gave them Inspiring Presence and then Gromril Armour with Snorri. I was hoping just to kind of charge them up and claim that middle objective, because we had realised that Liam was outside of 6, so if I could get in there and basically hold that objective and then pray hard for a good priority roll on the next turn, then I could possibly start the second turn with a couple of easy points and put me in an early lead, essentially, which is unusual for me. So as you can see, the Greenbark Guard ran up to the middle objective, had Grundy's Gamblers go over there and claim the left, and then I just ran Brock, Snorri's Guard and Alricson all towards the Skaven lines, just kind of threaten him. And he was a little bit scared of the Unforged, he said, so he wanted to deal with him quickly. So I think Mouse and the Iron Fangs, that was their objective. And basically, this is very unusual, but for me, I moved every single unit in my army. So even the cannons and the organ gun, they moved forward. So in the shooting phase, the sharpshooters missed. The organ gun killed 1 Fleabag, and then the cannon killed 4 of the 10-man clan rat there on the right. And I knew he had his assassin somewhere, and I thought they were in a 20-man clan rat unit, but unfortunately Liam rolled a 6 for his battle shock on those Fleabags and they ran, and then he turned out that his assassin was actually hidden in there, and he was trying to divert my attention away from them by buffing up the other units so I think there isn't there. So that was a quick kill for the assassin, which I was could say I was pleased about, because I was a bit worried about him. So that was a benefit. And then the second turn, I did manage to get the priority roll. So again, I buffed up the Greenbite Guard in the same as before, and I knew I was going to get 2 points this turn. And I knew Liam was just outside those 6 points, so I moved everything up again, shuffled everything up, got the Grundy's Gamblers just within, made sure they were within the 6 inches, and then I moved the Greenbite Guard to the other side of the ruins with the intention of charging them into the Skaven lines, just to hold up those Skaven for another turn so they couldn't claim it. And then Brock and Snorri's guard kind of moved up towards the Iron Fangs. So Alric and Snorri kind of in cover, but they were a bit risky there. I probably should have kept them back a bit. Askren moved across to the left flank because I was a bit worried about the Verminsteins threatening that southern hill. So his job was to kind of go over there and kind of deal with that left flank and kind of keep away from Mouse as well. But in the shooting phase, the dragon let rip and he killed 3 rats. So that wasn't so bad. And the Ironhold sharpshooters missed again. They turned out to be my poison wind mortar essentially. The cannon also missed. And then I think the organ gun did shoot at Scorch and Singe, but it has this ability. So there's 2 wounds caused on Scorch and Singe, but Liam has this ability where he can transfer wounds away on a certain roll. So he did manage to transfer one of the wounds away onto the clan rats. And then in the combat phase, I charged the Greenbite Guard in just to make sure that Liam couldn't get within 6 inches of the objective. But Liam had buffed up the Fleabags with Dark Avenger and everything like this, so I think they were like wounding on 2s or something ridiculous, which meant that quite a few of the Greenbite Guard went down. Not to a man, so there were still some left, and going into Skaven turn 2, so they were still holding up those Skaven, so he couldn't really move those Skaven out. I think he forgot he could retreat and move, but he didn't do that. So I benefited here by making sure that those Skaven couldn't move in and attack. So then in Liam's turn, he buffs up using Inspirant's presence everywhere, and he whips the Verminsteins, and he casts Mystic Shield on I think it was the Storm Vermin, and then he cast Warp Storm with Master Sparkfire, which killed 3 of the Greenbite Guard, leaving 1 left. And then his movement, like I say, he's threatening that southern hill with the Verminstein, so I had to quickly deal with them with the dragon at some point. And I knew if the Verminsteins charged the dragon, there was a good chance they could do some. They might not kill it, but they'd certainly do a lot of damage to him. So I had to make sure I got the charge in there. And then, as you can see, he was kind of shoring up the centre with Master Sparkfire and the Iron Fangs all kind of moving into the centre there. The Iron Fangs looking at the Unforged, looking to kill him, which I would have been happy with if he'd have charged in on the Unforged with the Iron Fangs, because I had the Quicksilver Potion, which meant I could have gone first and taken a few down before they killed me. And again, yeah, he had Mouse moving over there. He was very scared of the Unforged, as you can see by Mouse, Spray and Pay, Iron Fangs, Scar, Venom Claw, all there kind of in the area. But then in his shooting phase, he didn't need to worry so much because the Rattling Gun kind of destroyed Brock in 1 shot, so it wasn't too much of a worry, which made Scorch and Singe able to switch targets and kill the last Greenbite Guard, so he didn't have to kill me in the combat phase. The Poison Wind Mortar finally killed one of the Thunderers down at the bottom there. And in he went to charge the dragon with the Verminsteins, but he failed that charge. It was a long bomb charge, but he failed that charge. So so after that turn, I was actually leading after Skaven turn 2, and I won the priority roll again, which gave me turn 3. I was very lucky with my priority rolls in this game. Which was handy. So going into this, I didn't actually make a note of this, but I did buff up. I think it was the Snorri's Guard with Gromril Armour and Inspiring Presence, but I didn't show that on the graphic here. But just bear that in mind when you see things happen. And then, obviously movement. I tried to block off the Mouse and the Iron Fang's route towards my back units using the Iron Guard. Iron Breakers even, they're not Iron Guard. Snorri went all the way up towards the objective. just to get a few more bodies in there and claim another 2 points with that southern hill and the middle objective, and I move the cannons yet again. So then in the shooting phase, the sharpshooters finally kill something and they destroy Choking Gas with a pepper of bullets. That was good. I think then the cannon missed because I was starting to get a bit worried by the A-bomb here, so I started to focus my fire on the A-bomb. So the cannon missed the A-bomb and organ gun killed, I think he got 2 wounds on it. And then the dragon, Askren, managed to completely annihilate the bravest rat with his dragon's breath, charging on the rat ogres and just destroyed them in the combat phase, which was handy for me because it meant that kind of that bottom southern hill wouldn't be threatened by any Skaven units anytime soon, certainly. So it meant that I could kind of focus on the centre objective there. So I felt like I was a little bit on the front foot here, it was certainly coming down to a bit of luck on my rolls, but it was interesting to say the least. It was a very tactical game. And then in Liam's turn, he was starting to suffer from Alaric because Alaric was in range of dispels now, so he managed to dispel Warp Storm, which was handy for me. And I think he failed Mystic Shield as well on the Clan Rat, so he wasn't having much success. But he needed to get bodies in, so as you can see, he moved all his units towards the middle objective to try and claim it, hoping to get the 2 points there. And then he moved Mouse and Scorch and Singe over towards the Snorri's Guard along with Spray and Pray, just to kind of whittle them down a little bit, and hoping to get the charge off with Mouse to try and kill them all essentially, and kind of free up the Skaven to kill the back line. Which I was terrified. I thought Liam was going to completely walk over me with Mouse, so I needed to think about what I was going to do with the dragon. And his shooting phase, he managed to get a couple of wounds on Snorri, and also I think Scorch and Singe killed one of the Iron Breakers. And then in his charge phase, Liam failed to charge Snorri's Guard with Mouse. He rolled Snake Eyes. So that was a kind of a relief to me, because I was very worried about that Hell Pit Abomination. But he did get his Iron Fangs to charge into Snorri's Guard and Whitebeard, and then I think Scar charged in and then completely obliterated Snorri in the first turn of combat. So that was a bit disappointing, and he certainly had the numbers now to claim the objective. So it was kind of, I was a bit worried now. I was going into the turn thinking, I'm quite confident. I think I can probably take this. And then at the end of this, I was like, I do not know what's going to happen at all. So yeah, you can see some shots here of the close-ups of the actual game. So at the end of Skaven turn 3, he was on 3 points, and I was still leading by 1 on 4. So it was still going okay for the door, so it wasn't great, because the centre, I was kind of starting to lose the centre here, and he also managed to get a double turn away. So I was absolutely terrified at this point. I was just going to get tabled. I think in this turn he cast Warp Storm, and he had some bad luck here because he only got 1 wound on the dragon, and he didn't score any wounds on the organ gun or the cannon. He made sure that Master Sparkfire was out of range of the dragon by moving him a little further in, and he kind of surrounded him with the clan rats so that I couldn't kind of get to him, which obviously is very wise on his part. He wants to keep him surviving, keep that inspiring presence up. And now you can see Mouse kind of ignores the Iron Breakers now and moves down towards the organ gun and the cannon, seeing as I freed them up by moving the Iron Breakers in. Scorch and Singe took 3 Iron Breakers down with his firing, and Spray and Pray put a couple of wounds on the actual cannon itself. And then I think what happened next was Master Sparkfire is this once used in the game pistol or something. So he put 3 wounds on the Rune Lord in the shooting phase, which was He was starting to get frustrated by that Rune Lord being there, buffing up the different units like the Iron Breakers, and also with his Dispel. So he wanted to kind of deal with him. So I think Liam said he was kind of concentrating on my characters at that point, and was not worried by that middle objective so much. But in the combat phase, Scar. Although he's in combat with Alric and the old Ed 3 wounds, he only did 1 wound on Alric, so he didn't actually kill him like he did with Snorri, and then Alric failed to hit back, but he survived, which was good for me. Mouse did, however, kill the cannon, so all I had left was 1 Iron Breaker in the centre there who failed to hit anything. I've got the 9 sharpshooters down the bottom, I've got the Organ Gun, I've got the Rune Lord, I've got the Dragon, and I've got the 10 warriors that are claiming that southern objective, which I couldn't really move away from. So Liam kind of claimed another 2 points there, and that gave him a 1 point lead halfway through turn 4. But I needed to do something. I needed to clear the bodies from that middle objective. So my intention was here to kind of move the sharpshooters and Alric away from Mouse as well as Bessie, because Mouse was terrifying me at this point, but kind of keep them in charge range of the flea bags so I could move everything in there and try and get some bodies on the objective. I knew I had to have the dragon perform well this turn, so the dragon needed to basically clear out as many bodies as he could. But his Dragon Breath failed to wound Master Sparkfoe because he has I think he has a 5-up save against mortal wounds. I know he got 1 wound off.
So, Liam, what was this roll for?
That was my armor save on the Storm Vermin.
Oh yeah, that was 6 shots from the Organ Gun, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they have a 5+ save versus that.
Did well.
Yeah. Fortunately, they are still alive. Just.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that.
So as you can see, Liam didn't roll very well for his saves against the Organ Gun. 4 1s in that. So the Organ Gun helped by killing off 4 of it was 5 of the Iron Fangs there. So that was really good. And then in the charge phase, the Dragon and the Ironhold Sharpshooters charged in on the Clan Rats, trying to kill them out. Askren managed to kill, I think it was 12 or 13 of them, leaving 1. So I knew I was going to get the points again this turn. I was going to get the 2 points, and I was praying that I'd get the priority roll on the next turn, because that would basically give me the victory, because I had 2 points from this turn. Another 2 points next turn would mean that I was 3 points ahead of Liam, with Liam only one turn to go and only possibly getting 2 points. So you can see from that picture just there that I kind of charged in the sharpshooters, but I'd remembered this time to keep them 3 inches away from both Scar Venom Claw and Master Sparkfoe, so they couldn't counter charge and kill them all, so that I couldn't claim that objective. It doesn't really show on the graphic there, but that's what happened, and I was pleased with that, because it meant that all I had to do was not move the sharpshooters in the 5th turn, which I managed to get. So this essentially gave me the win. Just the priority roll alone gave me the win. I think we later worked out that if Liam had got this turn, he'd played it out in his mind, and he thinks he could have killed enough sharpshooters with his characters and with Scar and his weapon teams that he could have claimed that objective, and possibly have pushed the game to a draw at that point. And if he had have done, I think he'd have been ahead possibly on points, but I think I wouldn't have charged in Askren like I had in this final turn. So I'd have kept Askren away from the battle completely, so he couldn't have been killed. So I don't know whether I'd have won a minor victory or Liam would have won a minor victory if it had gone to a draw. That's how it played out. So it was a priority roll that won me the game. So it was the first dwarf victory, and then essentially we basically played the 5th turn just for fun. So I managed to charge Askren in on the Master Sparkfoe, and he only did 1 wound in the combat phase. So that Master Sparkfoe, the Arch Warlock, is very, very survivable. and very deadly as well, because he did cause a couple of wounds on Askren back, so it went well for Liam. And then in Liam's turn, he was on at the dragon, caused a couple of wounds from the Warp Fire Thrower, and then I think Scar charged in on the Rune Lord, and Mouse got a charge in on Askren. And then obviously what happened next didn't really affect the outcome of the game, but it was more for Liam's should we say honour that he wanted to go through this. So he managed to kill the dragon with Mouse, and then he killed the Rune Lord with Scar Venom Claw. So that kind of all it left me was a few Thunderers, a unit of warriors, and the organ gun. It was a really really fun game. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I did try and get Liam on to record the video, but unfortunately we had some sound issues, so hopefully next time I'll get him on here to record a voiceover of the next battle with me, which hopefully should be in a couple of weeks. So we'll see. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed, and there should be another video following soon, another battle report, and also there is going to be a Let's Paint the Grundstock Gun Hauler for the Caradhran Overlords. So cheers, bye.